Hi, everybody. Lord, I look like hell today. Anyways, this is, by the way, not what I look like when I'm not wearing makeup. I'm still wearing makeup. A lot of makeup. Anyway, so, today out of my little vlog notebook, I selected annotating. I annotate the shit out of books, and a lot of people are against annotating books because they're like, it ruins the book. And they're sort of right. That book, once you annotate it, that book belongs to you in a way that no other book on the planet does. And once you annotate a book, it's yours. And John Green, and I broke down and I bought the fancy, beautiful collector's edition of The Fault in Our Stars. I didn't annotate that one. I annotated my normal version. I annotated the shit out of my normal version. Anyway, he said in the little Q&A with John Green at the end of the book, he said that books belong to their readers. And that's true. Oh my god. Okay, sorry. I look like crap to the point where I'm distracting myself today. Oh lord. Anyway. So, books belong to their readers. And I think when you annotate a book, you make it belong to you more. Because you kind of do ruin it. I don't generally let people read the books of mine that I have annotated. Because then they're not going to read the book the way they were going to read the book. They're going to read the book and look at the things I thought were important, and that might influence what they think is important. And I don't know. I love highlighting it, like writing on it, and oh, this is what I was thinking. This is what hit me. But that's not what other people might think, or what other people might get hit with from the book. And so I don't generally lend out my annotated books. Which is a bummer for anybody looking to read a John Green book of mine, because those are all annotated. I haven't annotated a bunch of Catherine's yet, because I bought it and I lent it to Joel right away. So, Joel, that was in December. Why are you still reading that? Nobody reads that slow. I'm going to have to beat you with that. Anyway. So yeah, I've even annotated my copy of Will Grayson that I bought a week ago. No, less than a week ago, last Tuesday. I've even annotated that already. I loved Will Grayson, by the way. I didn't like the character of David Leviathan? I don't know how to pronounce that. Sorry, I'm looking at the book. I don't know how to pronounce that. But, I don't like his character, but I like his writing. I don't like the Will Grayson he writes. Of course, I love the Will Grayson that John Green writes because it's a John Green male character, and they're all pretty much awesome. They're all kind of awkward and nerdy and quiet, and tails to other people's comets, to borrow a phrase from Looking for Alaska. He's a little more self-confident than most John Green boys, though. And, like, Augustus Waters is, of course, not a typical John Green boy. But he's a typical John Green love interest. So, yeah, I'm going to chew on my lip, too, apparently through this whole episode. I am super tired. Super, super tired. In case you're wondering why I'm talking like a stoned, drunk, whatever person. Let's see, what else do I have, because that didn't take a lot of time. What else do I have here? Dear God. So, on a John Green vein, because everything I do is related to John Green now, apparently. Just kidding. I'm not going to talk about John Green. I'm going to talk about another author. I'm going to talk about Doctor Who, actually. I freaking love Doctor Who, and the only reason I started watching Doctor Who was not because I had 4 or 5 or 6 or pretty much every friend I have telling me to watch, except for Joel, who doesn't like Doctor Who. Now the internet knows, Joel. I know I'll hate you. I'm kidding. The internet doesn't hate people who don't like Doctor Who. They just don't prefer them. Anyway, Doctor Who, the only reason I started watching it was because Douglas Adams wrote for the older Doctor Who. So, there's that. Because, aside from John Green, the other author I worship is Douglas Adams. Because he was a goddamn genius. Oh, before I forget, I have forgotten this so many times this month. But it is, in fact, National Poetry Month for like another 7 days. I have no idea what to do. Oh, for another 6, 8. Hold on, math. Yeah, for another 8 days, it's National Poetry Month. So go brush up on your Emily Dickinson or Edgar Allan Poe. Although, frankly, Poe, while a absolutely fantastic storyteller, was not a very good poet, if you ask me. Stories, though. Stories are amazing. I love them. Poetry, though, it's Shakespeare, too. Go read some of his stuff. Just poets. There's a lot of them. Thoreau. Not sure if he counts as a poet, but go read some of him anyway. Go read some of him anyway. Or go and read the poem. I don't know who wrote it, but it's called The Martian Sends a Postcard Home. It's my favorite poem in the whole world, and I love it. So that's all the poetry stuff I can think of. I should have written this down, but I just remembered. Anyway, what was I talking about? Douglas Adams. So Doctor Who and Douglas Adams. And I noticed that the Christopher Eccleston Doctor and the David Tennant Doctor all made so many Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy references. It was, I nerded out. It was, you don't want to see me when I get that nerdy. It's not for human eyes to bear. But, and it wasn't just like 42 or, The Answer to Life or the typical stuff. No. They made Arthur Dent references. That. I don't have words to describe how happy that made me. Scared my cat, though. I miss the David Tennant Doctor. I also heard that they are ending Doctor Who on Matt Smith. Come on. Come on. If you were going to end it, you could have ended it on David Tennant because no one will ever be a better doctor than David Tennant was. I'm sorry. Someone might be, but we'll never know. Now will we? Because all we're left with is Matt Smith. He's not a bad doctor, I guess. He's just, I've only seen 3 doctors. Doctors 9, 10, and 11, Matt Smith. So, I don't know. I really like Christopher Eccleston, and I really, really, really liked David Tennant. And then Matt Smith, when he gets angry, he looks like a little kid pouting, which bugs me. And also, he's not as good looking as David Tennant. I'm sorry, Matt Smith fans, but it had to be said. I love you, Joel. Anyway, so that's my Doctor Who rant. Fun fact of the day time. So, okay, this is Harry Potter related-ish, sort of. Not really. I'm going to mark that off. Not really, but everyone remember the second Harry Potter movie / book, which J.K. Rowling, I can never remember how to pronounce it. You done goofed, lady. I love you, but you done goofed. That snakes, when they're talking about the basilisk and it's like blind after Fox pecks its eyes out. Sorry, I saw myself doing that and it was funny. And Voldemort's like, you can run, but it'll hear you. Nope, snakes are deaf. Snakes don't have ears. I know it's a fictional snake, but they're like, it's a massive snake. And I'm like, no, it's not. No. You just, I could have said smelled you. And like had Harry hide in a pile of like carnage or something. Anything. But, I can't hear. They can't. And I know, like, snakes can feel vibrations in the ground, so someone's gonna comment and, like, well, it could have felt the vibrations, but that's not what they said. So, go suck a nut. Mark nut. Anyway, so, also, snakes are deaf. Snakes also don't have eyelids, which is really weird to think about. Like, they just have a scale, a clear scale that covers their eyes. That's what protects them, obviously, from the world, like dust and sticks and mud or whatever. But yeah, snakes are deaf and don't have eyelids. That's all I got today, guys. This was longer than I expected it to be. I'm sure I rambled a lot. And if I ever rewatch my own videos, I would rewatch this later, but I hate the sound of my own voice, so I don't. Anyway, that is all. Oh, two things about this vlog, actually, before I go. One, since my dad has decided to live with us again, briefly, these might be a little few far between, off a couple days for the next few weeks until my dad moves out again. And progress has been made with the little webcam that could. I still can't get it to work with Windows Media, Windows Movie Maker, but the computer recognizes it outside of YouTube. So I'm going to spend some more time trying to figure that shit out, you know, whenever I have free time, which is not so often anymore, but there you go. So that's all. Save the sharks.